you guys, it is your girl Kyra and welcome to my channel Urban Locks, where we discuss all things trust in that process, honey. So in today's video, we're actually going to be going over what oils to use on your locks. I have a total of 5 different oils that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that I actually personally own. Now, that is by no means saying that these are the absolute best oils for you to choose from, but I just wanted to share with you guys the amazing benefits that these oils actually provide. So there's always so much information about what to do, what not to do when it comes to your locks, but I just want you guys to always make sure that you listen to yourself and listen to your hair and know what works best for you. Not everything is for everybody, so just keep that in mind when you're going through your lock journey, okay? If you have not already subscribed, make sure that you do so. We're gonna wait for you. And if you are returning, you know damn well you better be subscribed. So thank you for being here. The first oil that we're going to be going over is Jamaican black castor oil, you guys. Now, Jamaican black castor oil and regular castor oil are 2 different things. Obviously, they're both castor oil, but it comes down to the method of preparation. So Jamaican black castor oil is not cold pressed the same way regular castor oil is. And I'm not going to sit here and keep going like I know much more than that, because I felt like I was on a roll. but they're made in 2 different ways. I looked it up, but I can't remember all the stuff, okay? So Jamaican black castor oil is actually more so on the heavy side when it comes to your consistency of these oils. It's sticky, so you just want to be mindful of how much you're using and how often you are using it. It is really, really great, but if you're using too much, first of all, you're going to cause buildup if you use too much of anything. And then second of all, oils can attract lint. So if you deal with lint already and you're using really heavy oils especially, and a lot of them, you're asking for trouble, okay? So now let's move into the good things about it. Jamaican black castor oil is amazing when it comes to moisturizing. It is amazing for strength and thickening your hair. So if you deal with any issues in terms of thickening, definitely run to Jamaican black castor oil. So it also provides your hair shaft and the roots with a lot of nutrients. So it's really, really good for your scalp. And the reason why that is because it has antifungal and antibacterial properties. So it's really good, especially if you deal with things like itchy scalp, dandruff, dermatitis, things like that. Jamaican black castor oil will be really good to help remove that and soothe that. I like that. Okay, I like that. That wasn't planned. Some of the other great things is that it stimulates hair growth and it also improves your blood circulation. And if you are trying to grow your hair or make sure that you have a healthy scalp, then you will realize that that blood circulation is actually very important. Our blood actually carries our nutrients and things like that, throughout our body. So when you give yourself scalp massages and use good things like these nice oils that we're talking about, you're improving your blood circulation so that blood is rushing to your scalp, which is bringing up them nutrients. You follow me? Follow me, okay? So yes, the bottom line, Jamaican black castor oil is really good if you want to thicken, strengthen, heal. All of it is going to thicken you up, baby, okay? So that's that. Now we're going to move on to oil number 2. So now oil number 2 is hemp seed oil. Now let me start by saying that hemp seed oil and hemp oil are 2 different things. And I just want to make sure that you guys don't get those confused. I'm not telling you to go to the local smoke shop and get you some CBD oil and put that on your hair. You better not do that. Actually, I don't know. That may not be bad, but that's not what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about hemp seed oil. Hemp oil comes from the leaves of the plant, but hemp seed oil obviously comes from the seeds. So hemp seed oil is really, really rich in omega-3, 6, 9. That girl fine. Sock it to me one more time. But no, seriously, it's really rich in omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. So that is really good in terms of hair growth. It has a lot of antioxidants in it, like vitamin E, as well as chlorophyll. I know a lot of us are getting into chlorophyll nowadays. It's the hot shit. I got me some chlorophyll too, okay? And it also has a lot of minerals in it, like magnesium, sulfur. I don't really know what all that means, but it's full of minerals and nutrients, okay? It's healthy. It's also really good for stimulating growth as well as getting that blood circulating in your scalp as well. Now, don't expect to just put these oils on your scalp and the blood just gonna get to flowing. You have to actually do scalp massages in order for the blood to actually circulate and flow up there. So the oils maximize those benefits, but you have to make sure that you're actually doing the massages in order for that to activate. activate, you know. It's a really good moisturizer, strengthens your hair. Now, hemp seed oil is also another oil that's a little bit more on the thicker side, but it's not as thick as Jamaican black castor oil. Hemp seed oil is the second thickest on the list. So those two oils I don't use all the time, and I keep my hemp seed oil in the fridge. I remember one time I had made like a homemade oil blend, and it ended up looking crazy, and I didn't really know what was going on because it was literally just natural oils and water, so I wasn't understanding. But I think it was because I had that hemp seed oil in there that my mixture went bad. So if you done made some homemade concoction and you're not careful and you're not really looking in your bottles, just be careful. So the other thing about hemp seed oil is that it is actually non-comedogenic. What that means is it will not clog your pores. So that being said, it'll be really good for your scalp. You don't want your follicles to be suffocated. So now the third oil on this list is actually vitamin E oil, and vitamin E oil is amazing, you know, for your skin and your hair. Vitamin E actually has a lot of natural antioxidants in it as well, which is really good because those antioxidants prevent against oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is what will cause your hair to fall out. It causes your hair follicles to break down. So vitamin E oil is really good at preventing that while also maintaining your hair growth. And now, of course, what does it also do? Stimulates that blood circulation. So now this next thing about vitamin E oil I think is really great, which sets it apart from the other ones, is that it actually regulates the oil production in your scalp. The thing about that is, and I just want to take it to relate this to skincare for a second. So if you have very oily skin or a very oily scalp and you strip everything of those oils because you're like, oh, let me get rid of all this oil, but you don't put the proper moisture or nutrients back into your scalp or your skin, what's going to happen is your skin or your scalp is going to overcompensate, and it's going to get really, really oily because it's wondering where all the oil is, and it's like, let me make some more. So you don't want to strip that. So the good thing about vitamin E oil is that it will balance out that oil production. And then if you have a flaky, dry scalp, it's also really good for that as well. And then it also adds shine to your hair. So vitamin E oil is a really, really good oil. It's nice and light. It's not the lightest on this list, but it is a very light oil. So now this next one is almond oil. So almond oil, I believe, is the lightest oil on this list. So it's very thin, and I feel like for this one you don't really have to worry too much about buildup. But of course, like I said, too much of anything is going to be too much. So always be mindful of your product usage. The benefits of almond oil are that it provides shine to your hair. So if you have dull, lackluster locks and you need to, spruce it up a bit, you can try some almond oil. It is also an emollient, and what that means is it'll actually fill in the gaps that are missing moisture in your locks and your hair strands. Almond oil is also really good if you struggle with flaky, dry scalp as well. It also increases your hair's elasticity, and it makes your hair more flexible and less prone to breakage. Okay, so that's it for almond oil, and then we're gonna roll into the last one. Okay, so the last oil that we have on this list is the controversial one that I tell you guys that I'm iffy about all the time. It's a love-hate with this one, and that is coconut oil. So since I have been locked up with my new set, a little over 9 months now, I've used coconut oil 2 times. Only 2 times, just because, yeah, I was using it my last journey all the time, but then I just noticed some things and I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But we'll start on a high note. Now, we all know coconut oil is absolutely amazing when it comes to moisturizing and the properties that it has for that. Now, the thing about coconut oil, it doesn't really have too many nutrients, things like that, but it does actually provide a barrier for your hair, so it prevents a lot of those environmental stressors and damage just from happening. So that is a really good thing about it, that it seals in that moisture, and it just kind of seals in the health, I guess you could say. It prevents split ends, prevents breakage. The main star of the show is its moisturizing properties. So it's very easily absorbed by the hair, a lot easier than a lot of other oils actually. So it does really, really good if you have colored, bleached, damaged hair, dry hair, brittle hair. It's really, really beneficial. So with that being said though, the one negative thing that I kind of felt that I found with my last set, and I wasn't quite sure if I was just going crazy or not, is the thing about coconut oil is it goes with the temperature, it goes with the flow. If it's hot, then it'll be a liquid oil just like the rest of these other oils. But if it is stored at a certain temperature or cold, it will be a solid. So I just felt like sometimes when I would use it, I don't know if it would, you know, just chunk back up and get back solid, and I feel like it would just be coconut oil chunks in my hair sometimes. But just be very careful with coconut oil if you do want to use it, and just examine your locks, of course, and make sure that it is not causing buildup in your locks. But yes, if you have really dry locks, then try that out. Even if you want to moisturize your hair with coconut oil and then do your wash day, like let it sit for a few moments and then wash your locks, maybe try that out at least. So coconut oil is the controversial oil, I feel like, of the lock community, and that's my reason why. Other people may have different reasons, but you just have to be mindful of that one, okay? On the thickest list, we have the thickest being Jamaican black castor oil, second thickest is hemp seed oil, and then there's a tie for the third and fourth with vitamin E oil and coconut oil. And then the lightest oil is the almond oil. All right, you guys, so that is all I have for today's video on what oils to use on your locks. If you would like a part 2, definitely let me know down in the comments and we will go from there. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next video.